um, ask the angels about what you're meant to be. And so I'm going to shuffle and make it real quick into 4 piles so you can pick ones. Thank you for coming here. I think you're here today for some reason, and I think it's essential that, at some point in our life, we can actually listen to what the angels who are guiding us let us know that whether we're on the right path or not, and whether we're moving forward what we're meant to do. Like things always like that, but you just never know. Okay? So these are the 4 piles I have today. I'm going just to put just some crystal on it, so you might feel more connected to it. This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third pile. And this is the last pile. So take a moment to see what pile you draw to the most, and then we'll get started. Okay. Today it's a bit different. I don't kind of mix the pile in the beginning, but I want to talk as we go. So we are going to with number 1. So pile number 1. Let's see what you're meant to do in this lifetime. Okay. So the first card we got here, we got the Chariot. So already I can feel that what you're doing in this life is to discover the knowledge, the very hidden one. And you're most likely to be working on your own, making your own thing. And it's kind of feel more like a job that would require a lot of individuals thinking. So let's see, what else do we have right here? We also have Elders of Pentacles, what is the King of Pentacles. Okay, and so I think in its lifetime, probably you will be able, like, finances is not a problem for you, but you are always like wanting to do something else more than just the physical aspect. You want more than just money. You want deeper things. You want to figure out meanings, stories. Why is this thing like that and why thing like that. So I kind of feel like maybe you're like a scientist, the one who always contemplating, who always try to figure out what thing is going on right here. And scientists usually they kind of they really don't care much about the financial aspect, but they do it because they are curious people themselves. And I think you are going to be impact on the same kind of journey. Maybe not exactly like a scientist, but you do have some aspect in your work that resemble a scientist. You always discover, you always, like explore things and figure out things. Let's see, what else do we have right here? What are you meant to do? Pile number 1. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I think you are like, when the Wheel of Fortune came up, it's kind of telling me that no matter where you go, your curiosity, like the thirst for adventure, the thirst for fighting something deeper, it's always within you. So no matter what career you are having, there's always something that you would like to, contemplate. You would like to think further than what you expect of you. Even, for example, even when you work in your sales job, right? You don't just go to work from 9 to 5, doing your sales work and come home and rest, but you have always tried to like observe people, noticing, studying, learning, and always thinking of how to do your jobs better, how to understand human and psychology and everything. And just feel like that, and you kind of like you would never be able. I'm sorry, it's kind of it's kind of a must, but I can feel like no matter what you do, if that job doesn't allow you to kind of discover, explore thinking, for like a super 100% physical job where you don't have time to contemplate or anything, that it will not make you feel fulfilled at all. And so you will always draw to jobs that allow you to do that. Okay? And we're going to see a little more what's going on right here. What else do we have for part number 1? What kind of jobs that you're meant to do? Oh, 2 of Pentacles. So there's a lot of pentacles right here. And I think that's and as I told you, like finance is something does not really bother you in this lifetime, because your career mean more than just making money. Alright? And I think you will probably have a career that it's kind of, letting you, allows you to have a work-life balance where you can, come home and like be in your own thoughts and maybe have a little lapse in your house. We're trying to discover something new. It could be like that. And we're going to draw one last card from this pile to see what is going on with pile 1. What kind of job that you're meant to do in this lifetime. And I think a person can have different kind of jobs in their lives, but this reading is about like the kind of jobs, the kind of tasks, the kind of things that you're meant to be, because you're good at that. It doesn't mean that you even have to actually working at that job right now, but soon you will try and you will be drawn to those kind of jobs, or you'll be lead those kind of jobs. Especially if you have the Wheel of Fortune right here, it's showing you that no matter what you do, you are going to be led into that path. So to trust that the angels are helping you and guiding you towards that. And we have 6 of Cups. Yeah, I think it's very interesting job, and as I said, you might be kind of like a scientist, because eventually what scientists do is to have the community. It's to share abundance to the community, and I think this job kind of fits you perfectly, because you always contemplate, you always want to learn more about people, and you kind of like feel the need to understand people on a deeper level. And everything that you do, it's for a good cause. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's for the good cause. You don't really care much about money, that you have it all, right? You have exactly what you need, but you really care about, helping the society, helping the community. Okay? And now we are going to draw some life purpose oracle card here. See what the angel are directing you. Like those are the kind of jobs that you might be doing right now. If you're already doing those jobs right now, then you're on the right path, that's for sure. And if you don't feel like you're on this path, or you don't feel connected to it, then maybe you should try to find something else, or like some other cards that resonate with you. But you could also be doing an entirely different job, but that job has certain things that resemble what kind of things that you do here. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact same job. Okay, let's see what's pile number one have. What's pile number one is meant to do. We have strength. Everything you experience in life has to make you strong and courageous. Yes. Like I told you, being a scientist is not an easy path. You have to give up. You have to experience a lot. You have to really think and been there in order to understand, really understand people. And I think not just a scientist itself, but I think more of like a philosophy. You know, like you like to explore the world of human emotions. Maybe you can be a psychologist, maybe you can be a therapist even, and everything that you have is like for a good cause to human. Yeah, I could see it's clearly leaning towards humans. Okay, what else do we have here? What jobs that you're meant to do? What job that you're meant to do? Yoga. Oh yeah, maybe because yoga is like your life is enhanced by yoga stretchings and exercises. And yoga is also a form of healing, a form of, it's kind of like connects your body and understand your body in different kind of ways. And so I think, yeah, it's definitely something about humans, something about not nurturing, but something about understanding who you really are, about calming, about really dig deep into your soul, yourself, and trying to find a way to a better future. And I think that's what you're meant to do. Maybe you could check on some yoga. If you're already doing that, and that's great. And if you haven't done that, maybe it's you can try it on, see how it would make you feel. And I'm just going to read some more oracles card to see what kind of message that angel had for you before this pile ends. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connects with nature. Yes, I think it's very connected with yoga right here. It's, empaths. Yeah, how do I not know that? I'm just talking about psychologists, understand people and trying to help people understand a problem. You're definitely an empath. And what you're trying to do is that if you connect with nature, yoga, get grounded, and you feel more connected to where we're from, and eventually it will help you understand human nature. And one more thing right here. Even the same pose of these two cards look exactly the same. And the funny thing is that yoga is also a very good strength exercise. It's really tone your ass, but that's another topics. But what I'm saying is that yoga is like a way to be healthy both in the mind and in the body, So you can might be a therapist too, or like anything. Yes, just a yes. So, and as I said before, being empath itself is not an easy job, especially if you want to do something more about science, say like if become a psychologist or a scientist, it will take a lot of time. So if you are wondering whether you should empath on this path, I think yes, you are really capable of going into this path, and I think nothing could stop you, even when you're not going in this path. Now it's like right now, at some point in your life, you look back and you say like, I have always been this way. and it's never too late to get into it, because I know that you are going to make it in this field, whatever that field is. As long as you have a good cause and you want to have people, have the community, have human, then nothing could stop you. Okay? Thank you, part number 1. Thanks for reading. If you want more videos, please subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys later. Bye. Alright, pile number 2. If you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. I'll take a sip real quick. The weather is like really nice today. It's raining outside and it's still really cozy in here. So the hot cup of tea is super good. Okay, so pile number 2. If you're wondering what you're meant to do in this lifetime, then I'm going to get some answer from the angels for you. Okay. So the first piles we have here, oh sorry, this is for pile number 1. So the first pile we have here is judgment. Right, already I can feel that your kind of jobs have a very good sense of judgment. You know, you might be doing something not just it, or you might be a kind of even like a raider, you know, like you kind of see which is good, which is bad, and you're more like a strategist, but we'll get to know more with the upcoming cards. Four of Cups. Okay, yeah, I don't know why, but when Four of Cups, it's draw. I immediately feel that you might be like a divorce lawyer. I don't know, you might be a divorce lawyer, or you are helping the undeserved. Yeah, I feel like you're like helping people who are not taken care of, who are kind of like a little broken, who are kind of near the edge. You know, you see this right here, like those are cups. They're standing on rock. Like it's so small, but it's still standing there. And I can feel that your job is to get justice for those kind of people. But that might be a little bit specific, but I don't know. I just have that sense that you're a divorce lawyer for some reason. You know, trying to get custody for the children. So, yeah. Let's see what else we have right here. Part number 2. Not to do this one time. Justice. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You're definitely doing something. You're definitely doing. It could be a police. It could be you even work a police, lawyer, judge, prosecutor, or you may be working for some cause. You know, let's try to protect humans. Like you may be working for a TNO. You know, helping the rights, or even you're doing corporate social responsibility. You know, just trying to bring fairness, or you might be a leader of a worker unions. You know, who trying to bring fairness into the community. Yeah, I think that's so. And even when you don't even know this job, then you might be like try to throw maybe petitions, you know, where you kind of like be a voice to ask for those who are not like served well, or who are going around unhurt. So I think that's what you are. Yeah. And just that it doesn't have to be a police, or like Batman, to even bring justice. It could be anything, as long as you are, making the world a better place by bringing fairness to people. And you have a very good sense of analytics. Yeah, you have a very good analytical skills. That's why you had judgment right here. And so you kind of keep a cool head, and like a warm heart, a cool head when you kind of do this job, like you're doing it for a good cause, but you also very strategic, very analytical, so you don't like get other things step in your way to achieve your goal. Just it. What else do we have right here? Let's see. Fall 3, so I'm just gonna pick 3. Threes of Cups, the Hermit, and Five of Wands. Yep. So it's your jobs is to bring peace. Yeah, justice and peace go together. Yeah, all you want to do is to just bring harmony to society, you know. And by having harmony, we have to have police, we have to have prosecutors who's kind of catch the bad guy, put them in the jail so people can live happily ever after. I think so. And sometimes this job will allow you to work very odd hours, you know, like lawyers, they don't get rest, they don't sleep, and so do police, so does like your jobs. You might be a vigilante as well. Like your job doesn't have a fixed schedule. You do when there's problems arise, and so that's why we have the Hermit here. Like he kind of like resolved in a very dark and very alone place, and it's usually working at night. You know, when everybody's sleeping, and it's kind of pictures I see right here. And we also have Five of Wands. So I think you eventually have to run into some kind of problems, and you fight passionately about what you believe is right. Yeah, it definitely you're doing something about justice. I can guarantee you that. Okay, so we are going to move on with the Life Purpose card to see some more direct answers if they allow us to. Okay, and just please let me know what House number 2 is meant to do in this lifetime. Let go. Walk away from the situations in order to resolve it. Okay. Very direct, but not really direct questions. So I even think that, you know, at some point you might want to become to empath in those career because something happened to you in the past. Maybe you have a bad situation at home. Maybe you have been through a trauma, you know, something that really caught a life in you, caught a fire in you that just want you to, you know what, I'll grow up and I'll try to not make it happen. And so the cards are telling you that you should walk away from your past, not to forget about it, but to use this as your strength to empath on helping other people. And that's how you resolve it. Sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and you need to make change accordingly. Yep. And I think so. Yeah, because as I said before, when you do this kind of jobs, you kind of have to always try to observe and analyze people's and, you know, try to figure out the patterns and things. And you're also very empathetic to the victims in a certain case. And so I think sensitivity is one of your strengths, like you're able to feel what is wrong, what is going on, you know. Everybody seems okay on the surface, but, you know, maybe your neighbor, you know, maybe something is going on with your neighbor, maybe there's something wrong with this child, maybe there is something wrong with this company. You may be even doing audit, and sensitivity is one kind of your strength. And I also think like with those two pies, I think right now you're not in this kind of jobs yet because honestly, those jobs are not for the faint heart. And so you're maybe doing something else, and but as your sensitivity it's become bigger and bigger, like say you're working for a corporations and everything was fine, but you kind of feel something it's going on, under the table, and then you kind of figure out, oh my god, like there are really sketchy things out here, or like nobody's saying anything. Maybe there's harassment, maybe some kind of like, things that people keep secrets because they don't want it to fall to the surface. And so many people suffer, and you can feel that, you can see what's going on that not everybody can see. And so in order to resolve it, maybe it's time that you should get away, let go of the situations, and then you come back and you help those people who are in needs. And I think that is exactly what those two pies are saying. Like sometimes you have to actually have the courage, have the strength to leave it in order to come back and save someone. Yeah. I don't know why it's really intense, but it's make perfect sense. Okay. I am going to have some more piles right here. Let's see what else do the angels want to say to you. Piles number 2. Just it, guys. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Yes. If you're trying to do something, if you're trying to make it fair for someone, if you're trying to help someone, the angels are calling you to step up and do it. And you see the theme here, it's all purple. It's all about your grand heart, open up to humanity, saving people. And it doesn't have to be a really big thing. It's just simple, like, step up, speak up for something that you believe in, speak up for people you think who deserve to be heard. And that is the start of a warrior, having enough courage to say something, to face something. Don't deem to fit in. Exactly, yes. What the sensitive and right here, you are seeing the patterns, you are seeing the abnormalities. Like you're seeing what's going on that nobody else can see it, and it's time for you to step up. It's time. If something does not resonate with you anymore, if something doesn't fit your values, if something doesn't serve your purpose, then you should let go of it in order to go and do what you're meant to do. How are you doing your life in order to fit in? Yeah, it's not about a time to fit in. If you need to let go, go, and you will find your drive later. Okay? Wow, this is a very intense reading. I can feel my body. It's like I'm heated right now. Exactly. Wow. Like so hot, and it's like super cold and rainy outside, but it's so hot here. So part number 2, thank you for listening to the reading. If you want more, you can subscribe to my channels and check out my latest video. I hope you enjoyed the reading today, and hope to see you again later. Bye. Alright, so I was doing finishes pie 2, and I'll come back to pie 3 after a while because my camera is apparently low on battery, but I hope that would not kind of ruin the moment for us. So if you just piled 3, this is going to be your reading, and it's going to be about what kind of jobs that are meant for you, or what you're meant to do in this lifetime. So the first pile we have here is 8 of Wands. Already I can feel something creative here. And you're likely going to be like a trailblazer, a trendsetter in a sense. Because you come up with ideas and you start something creative. You are the first one to step out of the comfort zone and do something that people will love, and especially, you know, you're not afraid to be creative and to be the first one to do something. We got Explorer of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. Yes, exactly. There is a lot of Wands energies here. It's definitely something very passionate, very creative going on right here. And you also, like, the beginning of something, like you always have ideas and you always start something and you're very determined. Maybe you can be like an entrepreneur or like, you know, kind of a celebrity even. And you be artist, you can be creator, content creator, you know, all kind of things. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling, and especially this color is so fitting with here. And the color of brown, you know, which is also a fire. Oh my god, another ones! Wow, I'm definitely. And you not only start something, I think you're always have the thrive yourself, you know, to do something and to make it, amplify it, you know. So I think you're likely going to be an entrepreneur if you're not already one. Yeah, you like to have your own time, your freedom. You like to have your own company, you know, where you can show people, where you can lead people. You got ideas, you got people to work on for you. Oh my god, if I have another one then it's definitely, you're going to be a really famous creator if you're not already is. Yep. See what else we have for house number 3. You maybe even be like an author, a writer, you know, artist. Like you just have your own world, just create things, just keep doing new things. Okay, 2 of here. You got 6 of Sword and Child of Cups. So I think through creating things, like this one is 6 of Sword, and usually 6 of Sword, it's like you have to do something on your own, like you have to struggle to be different. And I think you kind of embrace this. At first you might feel a little scared, like, you know, maybe you grew up in an environment that does not really support you. It's not like people stop you, but people not really know what it's like to be like you. So they kind of doesn't know, and they cannot give you the kind of confidence that you wish for. So you have to build yourself, and you know, you have to be going against what others expect of you, what the society expects of you, to eventually embark on your own journey and, you know, do creativity. So I think that's a very direct message that I'm receiving right here. And I think you could also, you know, using arts, using creating to kind of go back and explore your very deep feelings, you know, like Child of Cups is about understanding like who you are, but like when you were a child, you know, like going back to your childhood, or like going back to who you truly are. And through arts that people actually see who you are as a person. Yeah, it's very romantic in a certain way. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle some cards here for the Life Purpose deck to see more direct message with who you're meant to be, what kind of jobs that you're meant to do in this lifetime, what you're meant to be. Part number 3. Oh, okay, 2 2. Well, it's probably just like falling in pairs. So I like if you draw to number 2, then it also means something. Options: consider the career possibilities that are open to you. Yep, you probably like a jack of all trades. Like you are very creative and like you kind of like very explorative. So you kind of always talented in a lot of things. A lot of aspects. Oh, and builders, your innate ability to build and create bring you a deep sense of accomplishment. Yeah, so you might be building your own platform, you may be writing your own books, you might be, creating your own channels and just create, and create. Okay? I'm going to have some messages right here for you to see. Some more message for part number 3. Number 3, we meant to do leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Yeah, so if you have any idea, any spark of idea, then go for it. And everything will follow. People will follow you. You will find people who actually understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to tell, the story you've been dying to let the world know. And your universe will follow. Nothing to be afraid of. Okay? You got options. If something fails, you can always start. You're very brave. Like I think the Child of Cups and the Six of Swords is kind of showing too. Like you are not afraid to be alone. You're not afraid to be the trailblazer, the creator. And so you got a lot of options. And as long as you're building something, even when it's just even when it's just for a very short time, if you're building something meaningful to you, then it's already a success. It doesn't have to be something big. You just keep creating. Just be who you are. Be the leader. Okay, what else do we have here? Keepers of the earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestor stands behind you. Yeah, so it tells me the sad passage, like just keep doing what you're doing. If you're writing a book, finish it. If you're writing a song, publish it. If you have an idea, even when you work, if you're working in the office and you're not any kind of a creator as you think, if you have a spark, an idea, something that is helpful, that is contributing, that is eye-opening, just do it, just tell it, just present it, just make it happen. And you will see, people will start to see how talented you are, and people will start to follow you, and people will start to embrace you, and there's nothing to be afraid of. If something fails, you can always do it again. You're very talented persons, and you are also very brave, so you should embark on that. Okay. Alright, part number 3, that is all for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe to my channels for more videos later. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye! Okay, part number 4, last part of the reading today. And we are going to ask the angels and the guardians what you're meant to do in this lifetime, what jobs you're meant to do. Okay, part number 4, if you chose this pile, let's see what are your message. 5 of Swords. Already I can feel that to get to your path, you have to face a lot of things and troubles, and it's just not like you were born and you kind of already see the path that you're meant to be on, but it has to go through a lot of trial and errors in order to get to where you're meant to be. But I can assure you that it's going to work it, and we're going to figure out why do I say that. When I was doing reading for part number 3, the feeling was very weird. Like I could just, you know, the pulse coming up in like 2, like 3, and it's very very fast. But with this part, I feel very sense of calming. It's like I have experienced a lot of things in order to talk about this. Like I know this feeling sounds weird, but I have this part though. Guardian of Pentacles. Okay, so like Queen of Pentacles. Yes. So you are going to build a very strong foundations for you. That's for sure. And but the Guardian of Pentacles, it's also like you work hard for this. You not like you were not born with this. You're just like nobody gives you things. You have to figure everything on your own, and so you kind of really know the value of hard work and money in general, and like how hard you have gone through to get to this path. That's what I'm feeling. I still haven't felt what you're meant to do yet, but I already know that it's going to be a path full of trial and errors and a lot of hard work, but you are very resilient persons, and that also makes you kind of respect people work. Like nothing comes easily, you know that in your heart, and so you kind of cherish the thing that you've made, and you don't like overspend anything. You think carefully before you spend. It's not like you're like super stinky, but like you are very careful of what you choose to invest in, because you know the values of the values of hard work. Okay, let's see what else we have right here for house number 4. House number 4 is kind of a mystery for what you're meant to do, what you are meant to be. Okay, so 3 cards came, so I guess the Tower. Oh yeah, so I can feel like you might have had or already have had like a big transitions in your life, in your career, and your job, and it's like a completely 180-degree turn. Like you change from, like for example, you go from being like an office employee, and you just switch to something entirely different. Like you become a farmer, and you make your own brand, for example. I'm just saying, yeah, but it's like something has to end in a very dramatic way, and it's going to take a dramatic turns for you to get to this path. I still don't know what path it is, but I'm going to try to figure it out. The Hanged One. Yes, this is the Hangman. And the Devils. Alright, yeah. I think this job, it looks and it feels very it's not even clear what you're meant to do, but in certain kind of way, it's just like you're like, okay, the hangman, you already know, right? It's just like a man hanging up, and he's thinking, he's like kind of see how twisted it is from his view. Like he can be able to see the upside down, but that is not a comfortable situations. So, and the devils is also, seeing the dark sides of things, and the Tower is like, so one job that I kind of think is like you might be working for like a recovery center, so you have people recover from whatever happens to them, right? It could be a rehab center or like a recover center, or maybe like a psychiatrist, where you kind of help people go through and just try to turn it completely opposite way, and it's lead towards the better. Yeah. This is very interesting pile, I'm gonna say. And I think you can also see things from the upside down, you know, like all these images, the tower, the hangman, the devil. It's just like there's black and there's white and there is you seeing both world and helping those who are in the dark side going to the bright side. So it could be, as I said, like you can be like a therapist, you can be like a recovery specialist, or you can just kind of like a disaster um, disaster advisor, you know, where like, okay, if there is like a disaster, then how can we recover from it? You can be giving like advice to people, to corporates about how they can overcome a schedule, how they can overcome problems, layoffs, you know, how to deal with things like that. So it's very heavy job in the mind, I would say, because you have a soul here, which is mostly is the mind. Like you have to make very discrete decisions and you have to get very deep, but not too deep into the other world, right? So you can still see the light and you still, you know, make the ending of something into the beginning of another thing. And I think that that's a very beautiful job. Like you, even doctors and nurses too, like they actually save people, right? People near death and you just help them, you know, going back to life. It's a metaphor, but I'm telling you that it's what you're meant to do in this life. You're meant to turn people in the dark into a better place, a brighter place, and just make the world a very better place. That is so awesome. Okay, I'm going to draw the life purpose deck here to see more direct information on what you're meant to do in this lifetime or who you're meant to be. And you know what? Even when you're a writer, you can still do that, you know? Maybe you come up on your songs or your books and, you know, you have people who are been living in the shadows, like they suddenly read it, see it, hear it, and they were like, whoa, I think it's time for me to step back into the sun again, you know, just enjoy things again. Yeah, you just kind of like make a really big influence, a very big turns on people, especially people who need supports. So let's see what else do we have here for you. Part number 4, what you're meant to do. Speaker, your life purpose involves your skill of orations. Yeah. So maybe you can be a prize to, yes, turning people, you know, turning people from their guilt and into something meaningful, into something, you know, to kind of free them. It's kind of tell them that like there is always the other side of things. You can always do better. And maybe like a coach, a public speaker, yeah, a coach, a teacher even. Okay, let's see what else do we have. Trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. Yeah, as I told you, this is not going to be a very easy way, you know, because to be able to do this job, like you kind of have to go through things, you have to experience things, and even experience things yourself, so you know what it's like to be on the other side, what it's like to be the outcast, what it's like to be on the verge of, you know, something bad. So you actually know, you have actually been there, and you find beside that, that is something that you're meant to do. You're meant to help people, just bring people back, you know, just give them hopes, give them trust, give them faith. And yeah, trust, belief, speakers, prize. What else can I say? We're going to see some more messages right here to see what you need to be, or like what kind of what things we can of what is triggering you. Let's see what else do we have. And it's wow, see the hangman, the devil, the tower, and then the mirror. There's always a reflections. It's just like you're standing between this line, you know, between worlds. And you kind of like, you can see through these things. And you have people cross over, become their one true self. That is who you are. You got that power. Align your life. What is not alive but needs to change. Yeah. So I guess you have a callings to like, you know, do this kind of things that I have to talk about. But maybe it was too difficult to even face that, to even look into your past maybe. And so you might be a little afraid, but do not worry because sorry, the music is kind of loud. Because you can do it. Like you can see through worlds. You are stronger than you think, and you will be able to have those needs. Alright, and this is the end of your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch more of my videos, you can subscribe to my channels, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye.